Good afternoon, everyone. Making some progress today. Today's just a light day. I guess every day is a light day in this hobby, but I'm only putting in a few hours since I got a late start and there's not much I can get done before I lose daylight. So working on the mini trees, I got this side up and done, and now I'm just working on the other side here. Kind of show you how I do this is I go from the center point here, which is kind of where this guy wire goes, and then I count over 7 strands on my tree, and that puts it here. So then I have this rope that I've used for years, and I have it just hooks on to the J hook there, and then every, I don't know how many, 2 feet ish or so, I have it marked off with a zip tie. Can't see that on this side, and that's where I put the rebar. So it's 2 foot long rebar, 1/2 inch rebar, 2 feet long. So it goes there in each of the marks. And my only other thing here is I measure out from the street or from the sidewalk where I want to put that. So it makes it so when I put this here, they're going to be nice and symmetrical and lined up. So those are in, and all the EMT on the mini tree mounts, they'll just slide right over the rebar. And then I use these stakes here. These are really light duty stakes. These are like the ones that come with when you buy like an AC prop, just like a deer or sleigh or one of those AC decorations. This is usually the stake they give you, which of course is worthless for that purpose, but they're perfect for this, and they just go on the little tabs that are on the mounts. I can show you one of those. So the little feet, there are 4 of them that stick out. I just use 2. Really probably don't even need any, but that helps. And also what I have here in each set, so the first tree, the one closest to the mega tree on both sides, gets this little control box. And what's inside here, we open this guy up, is a small, let's see, we have a Meanwell LRS 150 by 12 volt power supply, and that's just driving 1 receiver, 4 ports off there. So I'm running a receiver off the controller, which is behind the ports there. So it's about 20 feet away. And I just run the Ethernet cable out here to this guy. Same thing on that one. And this one little power supply, it just powers the mini trees, keeps it nice and tidy. And so I'm not running longer extensions to each of these. So I'm doing that on this guy. So we'll get that tucked in, and this box will sit inside the tree out of sight, and just run the extension pigtails to the other ones, and we'll get that guy in and staked and get the stars on it, and this guy will be done. And the only other thing I'm probably going to work on today, just to get some work in, since we are going to get some snow later this week, so I won't be able to do the work up on the roof, is I'm going to pull that box off there. There's another one on the other side of the house there, and I'll pull those 2 off to get started and work on the upgrades to the V5 components for the roof controller. So in that box there are 2 receivers and a distro board, and the other one has 1 receiver and a distro board, but we'll get upgraded to 2 receivers and a distro board for a future expansion of prop I want to add there. And so I'll just work on those. The mounting holes are different on the receivers compared to the ones that are in there, which are the old red board kind of V2 receivers. So new mounting holes, so I'll just work on that, and also put in new power supplies in them. They have the older Meanwell, let's see, SE power supplies. So they're the ones that are kind of the height and size of the generic ones, not the thin LRS ones. The terminals on those are also on the sides, or kind of, they don't face upward. So in between seasons, if you want to tighten stuff down, you can't tighten the terminals down without taking the whole mounting plate out of the box. So that's kind of a pain, because every year it's a good idea to tighten those down, because they do work their way loose with all the heat and then cold cycles. Those terminals do work their way loose. Not by much, but it's good practice to tighten them down, because if you don't, then you could have some bad things happen down the road if those terminals get loose and you get some high resistance on there. So you always see a post or 2 of someone who has that problem every year. But that's the little maintenance that'll be easier to do with the new power supplies. So that's going to be it for today. Just a light day of work, and then I'll be doing the rest inside. So that's all. We'll see you later.